All right, I'm loading up to do a very quick pool test today. And this is the reason why. This is a very unusual bait I've discovered. It looks just like a Senko, kind of like a smooth-sided Senko, but it's very, very different. It's a product made by Mann's bait company. I don't even know what they call it. It's either a SpringR or a SpringR Worm, but it literally has a spring inside of it, and that's what makes it so different. You feel this thing, it's heavy. It's got a lot of weight to it, and that spring is designed to make that bait shake as it's falling. So you know me, I love to get these baits in pools and see how they look. And then after that, I'm gonna see what it produces in our marshes. I love new innovative products, and this looks like it could definitely be one of them. I've successfully loaded a cone in the water with the GoPro on top of it. You'll be able to see it right down there. So first off, I'm gonna see how this SpringR Worm, whatever it is, how it looks Texas rigged. Now it's a little bit challenging to rig because of that spring on the inside of it. You can see I got a little bit of a kink in there, but not too bad. This is the way I'm most likely to fish this bait. So I wanna see first how it looks that way. All right, it definitely falls quickly, no doubt about it. Falls really, really quickly. Relative to a traditional Senko or Pro's Choice, definitely a much, much faster fall. All right, now I suspect this thing is really designed to be fished wacky style. It's got a nice little dot right here showing you where the middle of the bait is, so you can rig it balanced. So I'm gonna go ahead and test it that way next, see how it looks. This thing is really tough to rig and unrig. I guess that's good though. Once you get it rigged, fish are not gonna be able to tear it up and get it down. I mean, it's got metal on the inside of it. Literally a metal spring. There we go. Okay, now I've got this 4/0 hook on. It's an extra wide gap. This is not what I would use to wacky rig this thing, but it's fine for our purposes right now. So it seemed to me you want to kind of get inside that spring so your hook will stay on longer. You want to almost rig it at an angle. Let's see how that works. See if we get inside of a spring. Feels like we did. Yes. Get it past the barb. All right, there we go. Man, that thing will not come off, that's for sure. Let's see how that looks. Oh my goodness. Yep, this is the way you want to fish this thing. Look at that action. That is incredible. All right, I did a soft stick bait test, a pool test a while back. You may remember that. If not, I'll link to it here, but no bait looked anywhere near as good as this. This is absolutely incredible. Now it does fall pretty quickly because of that extra weight with that metal in there. Wow, look how good this looks. All right, I'm giddy about getting this thing out on the water. This is gonna be very, very productive. Not a fan of this color. I'm gonna see if I can find a June bug, but redfish, bass, and even speckled trout should devour this. I think I'm gonna try and get some weedless wacky hooks to rig it on to fish it around grass. But next time you see me, hopefully I'll be in the marsh. And here I am, right in the middle of my happy place. Got some pretty tough conditions today. Winds were supposed to be 5 to 10. When are the weathermen ever right? They certainly weren't today. It's blowing upwards of 15, maybe even close to 20 knots. Just terrible winds. Not the best situation for throwing a wacky rig that's weightless, but I still feel optimistic about this thing. I was able to get my hand on some June bug color, and you know I love those dark colors to fish in this marsh, even though the water's really, really clear and pretty. Oh, and I did find out it's actually pronounced SpringR Worm, not SpringR, SpringR Worm. So we're gonna put it through its paces today. Obviously, we're gonna throw some other baits as well, because no bait is perfect for every single situation. And believe me, I just want to put some fish in the boat. I was able to get my hands on some weedless wacky hooks, and that's definitely a must for fishing our marshes. Just so much aquatic vegetation. You'd never be able to get that exposed hook through all this grass. It got really cold in South Louisiana last night. Definitely a chilly start to the morning. Got down into the upper 30s. Which for us is pretty cold. And you see lots of grass. This is what we're fishing. This is what these bass and redfish hold to. Ooh. Oh, there's a one. Oh, what a fish. Is that a red? I think it's a red. Boy, did he tattoo it. He hit my wacky worm. That's a good red. Oh, look how beautiful that fish is in this clean water. Ooh, stay out from under the boat. No. Oh, beautiful redfish. Come on, I'm gonna let you go. You can get away now if you want. Get away now if you want. Look at that beautiful fish. That shows you how pretty this water is. I think he might be too big to just swing in. Yep. Well, let's do it. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous fish. Look how pretty this fish is. Man, so copper, just gorgeous. And my 1/0 hook pierced him well. All right, probably the first fish caught in Louisiana. Definitely, I'm betting the first redfish caught in Louisiana on this SpringR Worm. Now, if you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know I love eating fish, but I don't like reds this big. We're gonna let this guy go. All right, that was super fun catching that big red on this wacky-rigged SpringR Worm. Now, that's the good news. The bad news is that dude really wrecked the weedless wire on this wacky hook. See if we can get it back into shape. Now we might have to change the hook. There's no way you could fish in here with anything that's not weedless. Now, I found when bass hit a wacky rig, most of the time you just feel weight. But a lot of times when redfish hit them, that shock wave just runs up the line. Very different strike. And that one tattooed it. He hit it angry. Such a fun way to fish. Man, I love it. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Nice. Oh my goodness. Gorilla bass. Look at this bass. That's a 3-pounder. Now I came into this little ditch, just kind of stumbled on it. And so I put down the wacky worm and went with the Pro's Choice soft stick bait, a 1/4 ounce tungsten bullet weight. Man, look how fat this fish is. I'm guessing she's full of eggs. Really short, stocky fish. Just beautiful. Look at this guy. Now, I do intend to take some fish home, but so far all I'm catching are big ones. Goodness, what a pretty fish. I'll let you go, big girl. Go make some more babies. She was right on the bottom in this ditch. I don't know how deep this ditch is. I'm gonna go look in a second. It is 5 feet. 5 feet deep, and it's nothing. It's just a little nothing ditch. Oh, there's another one. Oh, redfish, right on the bottom, same spot. Now, this might be a keeper red. This one might be taking a truck ride to the hacienda. Oh, I don't know, it's bigger than I thought. Come on, big red. Come on, big red. Yeah, this one's coming home. This is about a 20-inch red. She's taking a car ride, for sure. All right, now we're out of our ditch. We'll go back to the SpringR Worm.
This episode of Marshman Masson is brought to you by Matrix Shad, and by Cito New Orleans, and by Bill Lewis Lures, and by Versamax Corks, and by H&H Lure Company.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's a fish. Redfish, redfish. I tell you what, the redfish are tearing this thing up. All right. Look how white that fish is compared to that first one we caught on the SpringR Worm. All right. What's up, Whitey? What's up, Whitey? Hate to tell you, buddy, but you're taking a trip home. This is your unlucky day. Let's join your buddy in here. You got company. All right. Now let's see how much damage you did to my weed guard. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. It's gonna take some mending. All right, it's not perfect, but it'll do. It's protecting that hook point. See if we get another one. Now the way I'm fishing this, I'm just casting, letting it fall, picking it up and letting it fall again. The worm's got so much action that it really kind of does all the work. And I'll tell you this, when you pick it up, you can feel both sides of that worm vibrating. Just incredible. Definitely not the last time I'll be fishing this. Now it is kind of a slow style of fishing. You got to be patient, but it's a lot of fun. So one thing that's really been fun is watching the analytics on YouTube and seeing where viewers of Marshman Masson are located. And there's a remarkable number from the Middle East. I've got to figure that that is servicemen and women overseas. So if you are serving our country overseas, shout out to you. Thanks a lot for watching. Please leave a comment in the comment section letting all of us know where you are and how long you've been there. So I'm not sure where these SpringR Worms are available. If you're local, I know Puglia's in Metairie has them. If you're watching from outside the area, I'm sure you can get them on the Mann's website. And they're expensive, no doubt about it. But I've used this same one all day. So they're definitely more durable than a typical soft plastic. Ooh, ooh. There's a fish. There's a fish. Nice bass. Nice bass. There we go. Not a bad marsh bass. It's about what you catch out here. That one I caught this morning was just kind of an anomaly. It's looking a little rugged. You can see the spring is exposed, no doubt about it, but not enough to worry me. There's one. Nice bass. All right. I'm gonna tell you what I did. This made a world of difference. So I absolutely love this bait. I despise the hook. And let me show you why. So you get one fish per hook, and then this weed guard gets mangled. And then it frequently blocks the hook from emerging into the fish. It's cost me multiple fish today. I mean, they are just clobbering this bait. You can see, look how torn up this thing is. What's remarkable though is it's still the original bait, the same one I've been using all day. And that's what I told you about with that spring. If you get the hook inside of the spring, this thing will last forever. I mean, it's getting destroyed now, but I've caught a good number of fish on it today. But man, let me tell you, I've missed so many fish because of this weed guard. What I just did there, I just kind of molded it to the body of the hook. Of course, eliminating the weedless factor of it just to see if I can get a hook in a fish, and literally my first cast I caught one. So I'm gonna have to find a better arrangement to use with this bait. This is definitely not a good solution, but there is one out there. I just gotta figure it out. I can't tell you how many fish I have missed today. Just insane. Ooh. Fish on, fish on. Oh, nice bass, nice. Oh, he came off, he came off. Oh. Ooh. There's a, oh, dog. Ooh. Oh, you stupid. There's a fish. There's a fish. There's a fish. God you. So you basically get one fish per hook, but you don't have to retie a hook every time. But right now I'm fishing at not wheelers because I'm not in a ton of grass. See if I can, well, there's a little grass. See if I can run across some more bass. If anybody's got any potential solutions out there, let me know. Let me know what you think would work with this. Leave a comment in the comment section because I will definitely be fishing this bait again, but not with this hook. I gotta tell you, I got a little grass on that cast, but I haven't been picking up all that much more grass than I was before. Ooh, there's a fish. Oh. That fish ran right into my trolling motor. You got to be kidding me. And he's still attached. Broke my rod tip. That's awesome. Let me get the bass. Chunky fish. But it was costly. Oh my goodness, I got a mess to clean up now. All right, it's only the second time that's happened to me in my fishing career. And both of them have been within the past year. The last time it happened, it cost me a redfish. This time it cost me a rod, unfortunately. So I switched the bait to this Team Lose Custom Pro speed stick. Also medium heavy. It's a good rod for this. But I'm gonna miss that Fitzgerald, that was a good rod. But that fish stayed buttoned up despite the mishap. So that tells you how important it was getting rid of that weed guard. Not a fan. Not a fan, VMC. It's a one fish weed guard. All right, I finally destroyed the worm. It finally tore in the middle and this side pulled down. So it's time to replace it. I fished this thing all day and it's giving me a bunch of fish. Back in business. Ooh, there's a fish. Oh, there's a red. There's another red. Make sure I got the trolling motor off. Oh, it's a beautiful red too. Look at the spots on this guy. Dude, you didn't put up much of a fight. You sure you're done? Okay, okay, okay. I'll see what you got. Let's see if we can hoist you. Oh, beautiful fish. Oh goodness, that's a big redfish. That is a big, big, big red. I tell you what, redfish love this thing at least as much as bass do. Look at the spots on this fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now, unlucky for me, but very lucky for him, I don't keep redfish this big, so we're gonna let him go. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Man, what a pretty fish. Love it, love it, love it. All right, big boy, it's the winter time. I think you'll be able to swim right off. Let's see what you got. Yep, there he goes. There's a fish. Nice bass. Nice bass. Yes. Now, if you're watching from out of town, you're thinking, that's not a nice bass. But in these Louisiana marshes, this is a nice bass. It's actually just a typical good solid marsh bass. We do catch them bigger, but they don't get to be giants in these marshes, by and large. All right, I'm putting out of this shallow pond after a very successful day. Couldn't be more impressed with the SpringR Worm. Although that hook certainly left a little bit to be desired. I'll have a better solution next time I use that bait, that's for sure. And heck, I may just fish it with an exposed hook. It really wasn't that big of a deal. It came through the grass pretty well. So that may be my ultimate solution. Oh, we're barely peeing. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the Marsh Mann channel on YouTube. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever we post a new video. If you haven't done so yet, click the join button so you can become a member of the Marshman Masson channel. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marshman Masson.